Hello and welcome to episode 5 of my go-kart build. Now, I reckon before I start building the fuel tank and the electric system and a lot of other stuff that needs to go on, I'll have the biggest component and one of the most important ones here first. So, I will be building attachments to the seat so that it can be bolted on and off if necessary. So, here's my plan. Two of these will be sort of bolted here, and they'll be cut such that this will be in level with the frame, so I can have the seat as low as possible, and it's angled so that it has some strength to it. And I have these plates. I'll be cutting this one in half and this one in half from here, and then I'll drill a hole in the middle of each one, an 8mm hole, so I can weld an M8 nut on the other side, and then I'll be drilling a hole. Can you see the bench? And then I'll have these sort of here. I haven't quite decided on how they sit yet. I reckon I'll have here one and here one, and then I'll have to figure out these. But I think the most reasonable one would be to have here and here, and then have a bar that goes in between here for the bolts. So I'll be drilling even bigger holes here on the bottom side of the bench, so that I can have the M8 nut in the seat. Now previously, when I had the seat on, I had just 4 small screws. Now, it would hold. It's quite thick plastic, however, I'm not going to trust my weight on 4 wood screws when I'm cornering madly, when this thing will be mad. Yeah, when it will be mad. If this isn't mad enough, I'll swap it for something madder. I don't know yet. I don't think my angle grinder sounds too healthy. I couldn't find my ruler, so I'm using a blade. And there's where I'll drill my hole. With the magic of editing, all four marked in a nice line. They're not all quite in the centre, but they're close enough. Cheers. I really need a proper hole punch because the screw isn't the ideal solution. I could really do with a vise for this drill press, I suppose. It's kind of sketchy. And there we have it. So I have my captive nut plates ready. Haven't really decided how they go on the back yet. Because there's this strip that is slightly out. Could put them on there so that the nut is on this side, because if I start drilling a hole there, I don't know. I'm not quite sure. So first of all, I'll start with the front ones. Let's try and see. There's a corner. There, I would say, is a corner. And that's quite round edge, but I reckon there and there. So that would be there. Well, that has no trouble going through that. Yeah. The heads of the screws do come out a bit, so I reckon I'll have to have a washer in between here. This will probably be interesting to put together. Yeah. Same to the other side. Oh wow, it actually... Screws are so brilliant and the plastic is so hard that the metal plate actually bends. Maybe if I'll have them the other way around on the back. I don't know. Could always scrap this idea on the back and make something like, have like a box section maybe. Yes. Today as I was having a little look at this situation, I realised the steering wheel isn't quite in the centre, it's a bit off to this side, which obviously makes sense because you have the engine on that side, so it's weight distribution. Might have to cut a hole into this seat because of the engine. I reckon that is the spot. I'll just Yes, they are the different length because this is not straight. Oh wait, that's the way. Wait, is it? I don't know what I'm doing. Well, that definitely sits nicer that way. I'll have to make this sit nicely that way. I guess I am going to have to cut a small piece out of the chair as I raise it even more. It is a rather upright sitting position, but let's give it a shot. No, this is too much, man. Kind of don't want to do this, but I mean, it's that or sitting too close to the steering wheel or extending the frame, which I kind of don't want to do. Oops. Oh yes, silly me. Few days and a few thoughts later, this is how the seat will sit. Haven't designed any spot the back attachments yet, but I had one idea that they would be on the side. But I'll fix the front first. Oh shit. I mean, yes, but it's not quite how I expected, really. Ah, this is cold. Should have worn some sleep. It's okay once I tighten it from the back somehow. Which brings us to the question. How? Cheers. This side I will need a little shim because on this side it sits on, can you see it, this piece of metal here, so it's a bit lifted. This side it sits on the pipe, so I have to put a bit of extra metal in between so it's level. Jesus Christ, it's on fire once again. Nice. Good job, man. Just fucking fire. Jesus Christ. Holy shit. Yeah. That was a rag fire. So I placed the seat into position and now I'll weld it into place. Just quick spot weld and then remove the seat from the bolts and then fully weld it. I've now decided that the back ones aren't coming to the bottom, but I'll have them sort of here. This will be just something for it to rest on, so it doesn't put as much stress on these. They are pretty well in line for the fact that I just eyeballed them. So there's a bit of tension still there, so I have to press it down so that it sits on the crossbar nicely. And now I have to just weld those to something. With something like, I don't know, this. is it's a bit in the way. But that's just how it goes, I suppose. Feels pretty solid. It's cold! Yeah, I reckon, although I do still have to remove it and finish the welds properly. So that's what I'll do. They are welded now, with a little extra support. But one thing I want to do to the seat before I bolt it on finally as it will sit so close to the engine, and these do heat up quite a lot, is put some kind of heat shielding onto the seat. Right, I'm not sure how good this stuff is. This is aluminium tape. Some of it's already peeled off. Ah! It's terrible. Anyway. Terrible to work with this. You're shitting me. I'm trying to remove this, but it started to peel the tape itself. Now it won't come off in one piece. Brilliant. Well, then it shall come in various pieces. Fuck this stuff. There we go. shit, man. Technical difficulties there. I ran out of battery, but I finished the job anyway. So here my seat is nice and sturdy in place. I have my aluminium tape there next to the engine. I don't know whether that'll actually have any impact, but at least it looks cool. So that's it for this episode. Stay tuned for the next one. I have no idea what it'll be yet. Probably fuel tank next. I don't know. Anyway, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Why would I do that? Oh dear.